Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I welcome you. I am Virginie, an interior designer, and I deal with houses that represent 100% to us to live them, from consulting to the entire renovation process. I also help foreigners who want to buy and renovate in Italy to support them all the process long, otherwise difficult to follow from a distance. In this channel, I will talk about home and renovation, trying to give you helpful tips so that you can have your dream house, a house that represents you in depth and where you will always feel at your ease. Today, I would like to talk about the dining room, how to decorate it to make it cozy. But before we get started, if you love everything related to the topic of the home and renovation, remember to subscribe to my channel for more information on this subject. Decorating the dining room in the best possible way, even if it is just an area of the living room, is paramount to create a cozy environment. The dining area is where you host friends and family to share a good meal together. It is an indeed important convivial area in the home. Before considering how to decorate the dining room, the first thing to do is figure out how much space you have for this area. An entire room, a great open space with a living room, or a small corner in the living area. This choice is crucial both in terms of style and composition. A good design is about scale, proportion and balance. I discussed this here and I leave the link in the description box below. Compared to its surrounding, a table that is too big or too small will create disharmony. So here it is, once you have identified the space dedicated to the dining area, you will have to figure out the proper size of the table, so that it is proportionate to the rest of the room. Having figured out the correct dimensions of the table, you can look for the style and material that best matches the room. Even if you have an entire room to dedicate to a dining room, try to give continuity of styles, or mixed of as always, with the rest of the house. There must always be a common thread. Of course, this is much more visible if the dining area is in the same room as the living room. Light is essential in any environment and is no exception in the dining area. Choosing the right chandelier will serve both the functional level of properly illuminating where you eat and, of course, the aesthetic level. Peculiar shaped chandeliers will help draw attention to the dining area by giving it character. The choice of shape should complement the form of the table. A rounded shaped chandelier will look very good on a round table. And for a rectangular table, it will be better an elongated chandelier or a row of chandeliers. When the space is small and therefore so will be the table, you can also opt to play with several small chandeliers but placed in a different heights. That will avoid putting a visual too heavy chandelier and create movement with a really intriguing composition. Until a few years ago, chairs were in agreement with the table, and that's perfectly fine. We would miss it. But for a more contemporary and extravagant look, you can also think about putting different chairs around the table. They can be chairs that are all the same but contrast with the table, or just chairs that are all different but have a common thread such as materials or color. If the table is very elaborate or not worthy, choose simple chairs to light it up, but mostly to let the table be the star. If, on the other hand, you have opted for a very linear and straightforward table, then you can play a little more. choosing different chairs is a way to bring different textures, materials, shapes and colors to the dining room. If the dining area is in your living room, you can get chairs that can become multifunctional. That is great for sitting at the table and as an extra seat near to the sofa. Don't underestimate the importance of wall decoration. A painting, a photograph or a mirror can change the face of a room. Art tells a story. The right art can tell your story. Putting the right piece or pieces on the wall will help give character to your dining room, bringing different colors and textures and complementing the room. It could be something that reminds you of your travels, or could add that perfect splash of color that brightens up the room, or even a stunning mirror that gives the room light and air. It has to be something meaningful to you that represents you. Again, it will be paramount and crucial to consider the right size. A picture that is too small will be lost, and too large will overpower the room, creating disharmony. If you decide to put several pieces, make them talk to each other, either by the same frames, the same subject, or through colors. Create your composition on the floor first, then make paper cutouts the size of the frames. Then write these cutouts on the wall with the paper adhesive to see if it is harmonious and the right size relative to the proportion of the wall. When it is okay, you can plant the nails and replace the paper cutouts with actual frames. That will prevent you from needlessly pointing holes in the wall and have a perfect composition immediately. Especially if the dining area is in the living room, putting a large rug that encloses the table and chair is a good idea for optically dividing the various zones. Then the rugs is yet another way to bring textures and color into the room. Again, pay attention to the size. The rug needs to accommodate the chairs even when you move them away from sitting. Otherwise, the risk is tripping over it with the legs. Also, a too small rug will make the dining area look much smaller, and too large will smoother the table and chair. Accessories such as vases, centerpieces, and tableware help to personalize in addition to decorating your dining room. Be careful not to overdo it with too many items, as that would make the room too crowded and confusing. But there are a few well-chosen pieces that perfectly match to your style and personality. As you can imagine, this decoration also can you bring in colors, shapes and textures, creating movement and vibrancy. You imagined it, didn't you? Plants are always a great way to decorate any room in the house, so of course the dining room too. As I've said other times, plants bring us closer to nature, making us feel good. Plants then make spaces more luxurious and, above all, less cold and impersonal. When space does not allow you to put pots on the floor, you can opt for arrangement to put them on the table or on the furniture you have nearby. Is there anything else you would add to decorate your dining room? Tell me in the comments. I hope this video was helpful and you loved it. In case, let me know with a thumbs up and again in the comments. Please feel free to share this video with someone you think might be interested in the topic. I will be honored and it will help me grow my channel. If you feel that your home or some environment of it does not reflect you enough, don't wait any longer and book your consultancy. You'll find my contact in the description box below. If you already haven't done it yet, remember to subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification bell so that you not miss the upcoming videos. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye!